Hey everyone, Jake here for Extreme Terrain, and in this video we're taking a look at the Redrock Baja Mesh Upper Replacement Grille in matte black with the LED off-road lighting fitting 2016 to 2023 Tacomas. Bring a little bit of that aggressive Baja-inspired off-road style to your Tacoma with this replacement grille from Redrock. This is an easy way to change up the look of the front end and add some additional lighting to bring some of that off-road Baja flavor to your own truck for an affordable price. If you're looking for that extra something for your Tacoma's front end, then this grille from Redrock is going to appeal to you. It features an open honeycomb pattern reminiscent of a trophy truck or one you might find pulling jumps out in the desert. Now there's also these 6 LED lights right here in the center to add to that nice off-road type look, and they integrate with your other lighting functions for seamless functionality. Now they have another trick up their sleeve in that you can have them light up a nice bright white or amber to match whatever lighting setup you have going on elsewhere. Now there's also provision down in the bottom right here for the radar. So if your truck came equipped with the Toyota Safety Sense system, this will bolt right in and you can utilize that system as well. So again, this is a bolt-in replacement for your stock grille too. You can just put this right on without having to modify the truck itself. And if you're going for that blacked out theme with your build, then this is gonna look right at home on your truck as well. Now this does of course remove the front emblem, but that just opens up the front grille a little bit, makes for maybe a little bit more airflow into the engine bay as well, since these top and bottom sections are more open than the one that you get from the factory. So you get a little bit of function to go with your form as well. Now this one in particular is a matte black color, and again that should complement pretty much any paint color pretty well, and it matches the color of the rest of your exterior plastics pretty closely too. Plus you can also paint it if you choose to go that route. Now construction here is all ABS plastic, so this is strong, it's lightweight, and it's durable. And that matte black finish comes just like this right out of the box as you see it. So since it's ABS plastic, again, you have the option to have this painted pretty easily. Now the LEDs are all weather sealed, of course, and they've got an aluminum heat sink on the back of the housing here, so they should have a nice long lifespan as well. And since this was designed using OEM CAD data from Toyota themselves, this should fit right in place of your stock grille without having to make any modifications. Coming in at about $200, this is one of the most affordable replacement grilles on the market, and with the inclusion of LED lighting, there is no denying it's a good value. So if you like the way this looks, you want some additional lighting for your front end, you really can't go wrong here because it's not going to cost you too much money. Now installation is going to get a 2 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and you should plan on the job taking you about 2 hours to complete. Now like I mentioned earlier, this is definitely something a DIYer can do at home because everything you need comes in the box and this is designed to bolt right on. However, you are going to have to do a little bit of wiring to get those LEDs to function properly. But fear not, we're going to head over to the install bay right now and show you how to do it.
For this install, you need a trim removal tool, a ratchet, 10mm socket, Phillips head screwdriver, clip removal tool, diagonal cutters, wire strippers, and wire crimpers. All right, today we're gonna be installing a grill on our Tacoma. First, we're gonna watch a quick video how to uninstall the factory grill, and we're gonna come back here to install the new one.
So our first step is to start with the hood open, and then we can go ahead and pop off our grill. For that, you're gonna need a trim removal tool or a flathead screwdriver, as well as a 10mm socket. So our first step to removing our grill is to remove the 2 bolts that are holding it in up at the front support here. I'm gonna use a 10mm socket and go ahead and remove those. Next, in order to release our grill, there are 2 clips on either side. I'm going to use a flathead screwdriver to release those clips. Again, you could also use a trim removal tool for this. What we can do now for our grill is pull up on these 2 brackets here just to release it from this front support. Then we can give it a good pull back, and we'll be able to release the grill.
All right, before we can install our new grill, we do have to take our factory grill apart. It is a replacement insert, so it replaces the factory chrome piece. There are a few Phillips head screws, and then also some release tabs that we have to work with. So we're gonna grab our Phillips head screwdriver and a trim removal tool. We'll get the insert out. All right, now we're gonna take all of our Phillips head screws out of this inside trim. All right, as you see, ours is kind of coming apart already. It's been removed a few times, but you will see these tabs here. I'm gonna grab our trim removal tool, just push on the tabs, and it will release through the grill. Just work your way around. All right, and once you have this separated, you can set this off on the side. All right, now we got our new grill on the table, and we're gonna put our factory trim over top. Just line up the tabs and push it on. All right, now we have our insert in our grill. We just have our wiring. So we have three wires that we need to connect. We're going to use a T-tap style. So this connector will go over our factory wiring, and the connector we're gonna put on these wires is a spade connector that will go in like so. So we're gonna grab our 3 wires, our yellow, red, and black. All right, so we're gonna grab our wire strippers, strip them back. Grab our spade connector and our crimpers and crimp them down. All right, do the same thing for the other 2 wires. All right, now we can install the grill in the vehicle. All right, now we're just gonna show you where we're gonna wire in our grill. So we have our DRL connector on the back of our right side headlight. And then we also have our fog light connector down here that we're gonna disconnect and plug into on our wires. What you're gonna want is be able to disconnect this with the headlights installed because the grill does come off first. All right, so on the back of our DRL connector, you can see it's this 4-pin connector right here. We have our white and black, that will be our ground. So our black wire will go to that. And then we have our yellow wire that will go to the blue wire on this connector. All right, now we're gonna unplug our fog light connector down through here. Just a simple push down the black tab and release. Then we're gonna grab our red wire and plug it into our gray wire. And then plug our fog light back in. And now we can put our grill into place and tuck up our wiring. All right, now we're gonna get our grill into place and then we'll just zip tie up our extra wiring. All right, now that we have our grill on, I zip tied the bundle up a little bit just to clean it up a little bit. I'm gonna zip tie it to this frame here now. This might be hard to see, I might block some of it. You just wanna make sure you zip tie it out of the way so it's not gonna touch anything hot. Take a pair of diagonal cutters and just cut off the excess. All right, then we can install our 2 push clips on our grill and our 2 10mm bolts. There's a push clip here and here. And then our 2 10mm bolts here and here. Grab your ratchet and tighten them down. All right, and that wraps up our install of our Red Rock Baja upper replacement grill with LED lighting, matte black for a 2016 to 2023 Tacoma. And remember, for everything Tacoma, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.